Welcome back, adventurers. For those just joining, here's the quick version. Doctor Elena Voss, a collapsing tomb, and a shattered emerald of eternity. She outsmarted the villain, Victor Kane, who plunged into an abyss and escaped with what she thought was the prize of fragile scroll. But ancient curses don't die so easily. And neither, it seems, do old enemies. If you haven't seen part 1, pause right here, go watch it now, and then come back. The adventure is waiting. Days after their heart-pounding escape from the Sahara, Elena's team is holed up in a safe house in Alexandria. We have Elena, her brother Marcus, the brilliant linguist Sophia, and their guide Jamal. Sophia has been working non-stop on the scroll, and what she's found changes everything. The Emerald of Eternity was never a single gem. It was a power so immense that an ancient pharaoh shattered it into 4 shards, scattering them across the globe with hidden guardians to protect them. The scroll says that uniting the shards grants the ultimate power, not immortality, but control over time itself. Imagine glimpses of the past, echoes of the future. But there is a chilling warning: he who seeks with greed shall awaken the Shadow Guardian, bound to protect the shards forever. For Elena, this isn't about power. It's personal. The clues in the scroll link directly to her father's lost expedition notes, tucked away in his old journal. He was close, she whispers, hope and grief warring in her eyes. This could find him, or finally tell us what happened. With renewed purpose, they decode the location of the first shard, a forgotten Mayan pyramid deep in the Yucatan jungle, said to guard the Shard of Echoes. They think they're on a quest for answers, but they're not just on a quest. They're being hunted. Because Victor Kane didn't die. He was pulled from that pit by his fiercely loyal second-in-command, Lara. Now, he's scarred, half-mad, and more obsessed than ever. Bandaged and fueled by pure rage, he uses his black market contacts to get a copy of the scroll's translation. The girl thinks it's over, he growls to his crew. But eternity is mine. With Lara, the brutal enforcer Bruno, and some shadowy new allies, Kane is back in the game. The race has reignited, and the destination is the same. Elena's team finds themselves trekking through the steaming, oppressive heat of the Mexican jungle. The air is thick, and shimmering sea notes look like hidden, watching eyes. The locals have legends about the pyramid they seek, calling it the mouth of time. They whisper that explorers who enter vanish, or worse, are forced to relive their darkest memories for eternity. Jamal shares chilling tales of shadowy guardians that take the form of lost loved ones to lure you to your doom. The psychological toll begins to mount. Whispers on the wind sound like Elena's father calling her name. Marcus tries to dismiss it as exhaustion, but Sophia finds ancient stone carvings with a terrifying warning: the shadow feeds on doubt. Meanwhile, Kane's team makes a much louder entrance, arriving by helicopter and scorching a patch of jungle. They're not here for subtlety. Lara scouts ahead, turning the jungle into a death trap. She rigs poisonous vines to snap across the path and creates false trails leading directly to treacherous sinkholes. The 2 teams are on a collision course. The ambush comes at midnight. The quiet jungle erupts in a hail of gunfire, ripping through Elena's camp. Bruno, more beast than man, charges in, forcing a frantic retreat. In the chaos, Jamal is hit, his leg wounded, slowing them all down. But Elena refuses to surrender to the fear. We can't let them win, she yells over the gunfire. Push forward. At dawn, both teams converge on the pyramid. It's an incredible sight, an ancient structure overgrown with pulsating green vines, like veins on a living creature. A massive stone door, etched with calendars of forgotten ages, blocks the entrance. This is Sophia's moment. She deciphers the puzzle, realizing they need to align the celestial symbols with the current stars. The scroll hinted at a rare alignment in their time, January 2026. As the symbols click into place, the great door groans open. But just as they're about to enter, Kane's men strike from behind. It becomes a brutal, desperate chase up the pyramid's crumbling steps, with bullets ricocheting off stone jaguar statues. Inside, they find themselves in a labyrinth of halls lined with mirrors. The reflections are dizzying, showing infinite versions of themselves and disorienting Kane's pursuing forces. Ancient traps spring to life, spiked walls grind inward, and sections of the floor drop away into bottomless pits. During the chaos, Marcus saves Sophia from a terrifying fall, but the whispers are getting worse. They see visions of their father, pleading for help, his face contorted in agony. It's the Guardian, Elena realizes, her voice tight. It's testing us. Our greed, our fear, that's what awakens it. Finally, they burst into the central chamber. In the middle of the room, bathed in an ethereal light from an oculus in the ceiling, floats the Shard of Echoes. It's a pulsing green fragment, humming with an incredible, ancient energy. But their moment of awe is shattered. Kane storms in, his gun trained directly on Elena. "Hand it over, Doctor," he snarls. "Or watch your brother die." Across the room, Lara holds Marcus at knife point. It's a tense standoff. Kane reveals his true desperation. The fall in Egypt accelerated a fatal disease. He has months to live, at best. He sees the shards as his only cure. As his hand reaches for the shard, greed written all over his face, the chamber grows cold. A swirling darkness coalesces from the corners of the room, taking on a formless, humanoid shape. It echoes with the voices of the dead. The Shadow Guardian has awakened. And it attacks the greediest first. Bruno lets out a blood-curdling scream as shadowy tendrils drag him into the mirrors, his reflection showing him trapped in an eternal loop of his own violent past. Chaos erupts. In the middle of the mayhem, Elena makes her move. She grabs the shard. Its power surges through her, flooding her mind with flashes of the future. She sees Kane's downfall, but also a far greater threat that will rise if all the shards are united. She uses the shard's power to shatter the illusions plaguing her team, freeing their minds. In the frenzy, Lara makes a choice. Seeing Kane's madness for what it is, she betrays him, grabbing a map fragment from his pack and fleeing into the chaos. Kane makes one last, desperate lunge for Elena, but the Guardian is faster. It engulfs him completely, its voice a chilling whisper, "Eternity is not for the unworthy." He vanishes into the shadows, his final scream echoing into nothingness. Elena's team escapes just as the pyramid seals itself shut behind them, the shard secured. But their victory is bittersweet. The shard grants them one clear vision: their father, alive, in a remote Himalayan monastery. He's not a prisoner of men, but of the next shard compelled to guard it, trapped by its power. The scroll's warning lingers. 3 shards remain. And now, there's a new player on the board. Lara, armed with her stolen clues, is out there assembling her own team. The true race for eternity has only just begun. So, what would you do with the Shard of Echoes? Try to control time, or destroy its power forever? Smash that like button if you're on Team Elena and subscribe for more adventures. Part 3 is dropping tomorrow, and we're heading to the frozen peaks and buried secrets of the Himalayas. And comment below, do you think Kane is really gone for good? Until next time, beware the shadows.